Hello there, my name is Peter Ratson. I am with College Funding Specialists, and I'm here today to talk to you about top 7 insider admissions tips. These are tips that I have gleaned from conversations with admissions officers as well as years of experience in working with well over 300 or so different students and their families in helping them gain admission to college. Some things that I want to cover with you today include the admissions tips. We are also going to discuss, by the way, there are more than 7, but I'm going to share with you today just the top 7. I'm also going to talk to you about an event that's coming up. That is the Thick Envelope Magic Admissions and Application Boot Camp that I'm going to be holding on Saturday, July 9th, 2011. That's in 2 short months at the Pinecrest Community Center in Pinecrest, Florida. This event is available for rising 12th graders. So we're doing this in the summertime. This is the 4th time I've done this, and each year we have to move it earlier and earlier in the calendar because students and their parents want to get this information earlier so that they can get a head start on the admissions process. Let's jump right into the different tips, insider tips on getting into college. Tip number 1. Schools, that is colleges, do want to hear from you, the student. They'd much rather, and this, when I say they, I mean the admissions office. They'd much rather hear from the student himself or herself directly than from mom and dad. This is an opportunity for students to represent themselves, perhaps the first time that students are going to be representing themselves as young men and women. So mom and dad should step aside in this process. When it comes to financial aid, it's okay for mom and dad to get involved. But when it comes to admissions, the student should be the one taking the lead. The time for the helicopter parent is over. Number 2, make sure that you show interest in the schools. You could do this in various ways. The best way to show interest, although often it's the most costly and certainly the most time-consuming, is to visit colleges. Visiting schools is very important before you apply, before you get accepted, in order to demonstrate that interest that can help you get accepted. It also helps to visit schools to know if that's the place where you want to be for the next 4 years. It's also good to visit or to attend information sessions. It's not always possible to get on the road and visit every college. Sometimes schools will come to you in the form of an information session at your high school. Definitely want to go to these information sessions and ask questions, research colleges. You want to attend college fairs, meet with admissions officers from your particular region. Exchange niceties, shake hands, express your interest, get business cards, and send thank you notes. You can also get a request or show interest by filling out information on the web. Most colleges will have websites with forms where you can complete and provide some information about you, the student, and so that raises your hand to the school and suggests that you're interested in that college. That's important so that way when the admissions office does visit your hometown, they will let you know, and you'll have an opportunity to meet with them then. And again, I want to reiterate, you want to send thank you notes. This is important. Nobody does this anymore. Set yourself apart by sending thank you notes. You want to make sure you build the right list of colleges. That's tip number 3. The list can have an important impact on whether or not you're going to get in the first place. Most students do get accepted to 70% of the colleges that they apply to, and you can do that if you have the right compilation of schools. You want to have about 8 schools on your list. You certainly don't want more than 10. You want to be able to show focus. You want to have enough schools that maximize your chances of getting in, but you don't want to have too many where you have diminishing returns and you show a lack of focus. You definitely want to integrate your admissions chances with your financial aid opportunities. And these opportunities can be in the form of both need-based aid as well as merit aid. A fully integrated admissions strategy is beneficial. It will help you in all areas, not only in getting in, but in getting money. This is an area where parents and students need to collaborate. It's important that parents understand what the financial aid generosity levels are for each school that the child is applying to. You want to make sure, of course, that you match your talents and interests with those of the school. If you're interested in music or the orchestra, if you're interested in drama and theater, in athletics, in debate, in sciences, engineering, of course you want to make sure that your interests, be they academic or extracurricular, are going to match the schools that you're applying to. Some schools are looking for a particular ethnicity, or from a particular students from a particular geography, because maybe they're heavily concentrated from students from one part of the country. So if you can show geographic diversity, that can be a good thing as well to maximize your chances. Number 4, it is personal. This is a personal process. These are human beings making decisions about other human beings. In many cases, it is not just a numbers game. Certainly at many colleges, they are looking at grades and scores and so forth, but at many other colleges, certainly the more competitive schools, they're going to be looking at the totality of the application, or they'll be taking a holistic view of the applicant. And these are people, again, making decisions about people. So you want to get out there and you want to network. It's why it's important to go to college fairs and attend the info sessions and to visit colleges so that you can, in a sense, rub elbows and shake hands with the very people who are going to be making decisions about your future. Number 5, you can take and retake the SAT or the ACT. It's okay to take it more than once or twice or even 3 times. You could take it 4 or even 5 times, depending on your schedule and how many times you want to sit for that exam. But it's fine to take it again and again, and then you could submit your best scores to the schools. So that's something that you need to know, that you don't just take this exam once or twice. You can review for it, you can take test prep, and you can improve your score. Number 6, teacher recommendations. Most schools will ask for 2, maybe 3 maximum teacher recommendations. Most colleges will ask for 2. You don't want to send more than what's requested. They're only going to read 2. These admissions officers have enough to read. It's annoying for them to have to read 4 or 5 teacher recommendations when 2 will do. If you have too many recommendations, it could mean you're covering up for something. Maybe you're compensating for something. So you want to make sure you follow the instructions, and if the school asks for 2, then only provide 2 teacher recommendations. There are various strategies around how to ask teachers for recommendations, strategies which we cover during the Thick Envelope Magic Application and Admissions Bootcamp. Number 7, make sure you check the 4-year graduation rates. It's taking longer than 4 years to graduate college today, especially at the public schools. If you look at this list, I have a sampling of public and private schools. The schools at the top of this chart are public schools, and as you work your way down to the bottom, you see the private school numbers. These are the percentages of students who graduate in 4 years. The private schools tend to do a much better job than public schools of getting kids in and out in 4 years. Much of this has to do with supply and demand and the overcrowding of schools, especially public schools, and not enough professors, not enough seats to be able to handle the demand or the number of students that are trying to get through in 4 years. So it's important to know what those graduation rates are. Students should want to get out of college. Certainly their parents want them to get in and out of college within the 4-year time frame. Now, I want to introduce to you the Thick Envelope Magic Admissions and Application Bootcamp. You can get more information at www.thick-envelope.com. This event is going to be taking place Saturday, July 9th, 2011, from 10 o'clock until 2 p.m. Lunch and other refreshments will be served. This will offer inside tips, essays such as the ones I just shared. I will elaborate on those. Essay assistance, and how to approach the all-important college application essay. School visits, what students and parents should be doing strategically to get the most out of that expensive school visit, if indeed that's what you're going to be doing. Interviews, what are some top interview tips and techniques that are going to help you, frankly, not only in the college process, but also beyond that with a job interview. Teacher recommendations, how to ask teachers and when for teacher recommendations. Finding the right school, researching colleges, what is the best approach that students should be taking. Again, I'm offering this during the summer for rising 12th graders. This is, I think I said earlier, the 4th year that I've offered this, and each year we move it up and up in the calendar to give students a better head start. So we're going to be talking about these things and more. It is for rising 12th graders only. Now, the cost for this event is $247. This is a limited seating event. However, I'm giving you an offer to save $50 if you act before June 1st by going to thick-envelope.com. You can get it for as low as $197. This event will go up in price, and it will be limited seating. I want to also share with you some of the comments that students have made from years past. Again, you can go to thick-envelope.com to register for this event, or you can call the number down below to get more information. Just some past comments from last year's events, some comments from past participants, just to give you an idea of how some students in the past have fared. These are students who have gone through my program, some of whom, all of these students attended the event. All of them got into their top choice colleges. Many of them received substantial financial aid packages. This is information that is not provided by the guidance office. It is information that every senior, rising senior, should hear. So if you are interested, again, I encourage you to go to thickenvelope.com, where you can get more information about this particular event and you can register. I look forward to seeing you at this event.